Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy and I like to talk about makeup panning and nail polish. Today I have my update for Throwback 30. This update is coming a little bit late because I was pet sitting and thought I'd be home sooner to get this recorded and uploaded, but it didn't work out. So it's a bit late, but according to my schedule it's a bit early. So without further ado, if you are new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. Alright, I think I've forgotten how to do this. So, this is Throwback 30. It is a PANtastic Ladies Facebook group collab project. It was created by Jessica Lee, and it takes 30 projects from the group voted on by members and puts them all into one project so we can work on one prompt from every project, because there are just so many projects that we can't work on them all. And yeah, this way you get to dip your toes into a little bit of everything. So I've been doing this project, by the way, it started on July 28th of 2025 and goes until July 28th of 2026. I started this by there are 30 prompts, and I divided it into 6 groups of 5. In each update I have been rolling in 6 new prompts, as well as working on them and rolling things out. So today I am rolling in my last 6 prompts, means I have 30 projects. I have all the prompts rolled in. So I have a lot of products in front of me. It's a little overwhelming. Luckily, I have a couple rollouts. So let's start by talking about the products I'm already working on. The first prompt I'm working on is for the 4 seasons. In 4 seasons project pan, you are to pick on something from one of the seasons or something that reminds you of the seasons. That's the basic gist of it. Don't know the exact details. Anyway, I brought in something for fall. This is the Tree Hut Pumpkin Spice Latte Foaming Shower Gel. I got this one at Marshall's on clearance, and the price is rubbed off, so yeah. By the way, I learned the tip: if you see a yellow tag, that's final, like final markdown, whereas red tag is like one step above that. Anyway, my goal is to use this 30 times. At the last update I used it 5, and over the last month I've used it twice. I have been away pet sitting, so I haven't been home, and I went to mark it, and it is just at the bottom of the last mark I made, so not a significant amount of progress. That is quite a nice smelling body wash, and you just need like 1 glob, and I put it on a exfoliating mitt and work it. It works. It just a little bit goes a long way. So that being said, it is still in. We're up to 7 out of 30 uses. The next project is for 50 Shades of Black, and for that I brought in a nail polish from Zoya. This is Raven. It is a black with a very subtle silver shimmer in it, but on the nails that shimmer does not show up. I mean, even in the bottle, most of the time it doesn't show up. It is basically a black cream. My goal is to use this 5 times. At the last update I used it once, and since then I've used it 1 more time, bringing me to 2 total uses out of 5. So I have 3 more uses left to go on that. For 50 Shades of Brown, I brought in the Pavani Ayurveda Vita Spritzer. That's words I have a hard time saying. That is what it says. Anyway, and my goal is to finish this, and if I made any markings on it, I think I said we were right at the bottom of this label here, and now we're about halfway to the bottom. I have been using this. I just brought this in last month, and I've used it 9 times since then. I use it as a little spritz before bed, as relaxing, because this is a calming aromatherapy spray with the scents of Palo Santo, lavender, cardamom, and vetiver. So, yeah, 9 uses, pretty good progress on that. Probably, I'm guessing, 9 more uses or so, and then we'll have that done. So maybe 1 more month. Alright, the next prompt is for 50 Shades of Pink. And for that, I had my Skin Science Firming Retinol and Collagen Face Serum. This guy here. My marks rubbed off, so I did remark it. And shining a light, I think I marked it the right place. We were right there last month, and now we are down to there. I had a mark up there at some point, but I probably refilled my travel bottle. That's why we had such a big jump. But I don't take this traveling with me. I do have some in a travel bottle for when I'm away. But yeah, this is my only facial serum, so we're doing good. I am not tracking number of uses. My goal is to finish that. So we have until July, I think, sorry. I'm like holding it up and you can't even see it. We have until July. I think I might be able to get that done. I mean, if we have more jumps from refilling my travel bottle, or just get more use on it when I'm home. Alright, for 50 Shades of Purple, I brought in my Maybelline Color Sensational, I think is what it's called. I always forget. Yes, Color Sensational Lipstick. And it is in Pitch Black. I am wearing it right now, and it needs a little touch-up. I put it on before I started getting ready to film, and it's wearing off a little bit. Alright. Anyway, it is a black lipstick. Somewhat sheer, but still pretty good. My goal is to use this 30 times. At the last update, I used it 4, and over the last month. Did I count today? I don't think I counted today. We're gonna make a tally for today. I've used it 3 times over the last month, so bringing me to 7 uses total. I may have already marked for that. I can't remember. I had a hard time. I was getting ready for this, and I had to look for one of the projects to get prompts for my roll-ins, and I had a hard time finding I Heart the 90s. I finally found it, but it took me a long time. Anyway, beside the point. So my goal is to wear that 30 times. I am up to 7. Next is for 50 Shades of Yellow Gold. And for that, I brought in my Sunbum SPF 50 face sunscreen. And my goal is to finish it. I don't remember. I think we were right here last month. And I have started using it as a daytime moisturizer sometimes. You know, SPF. So we've made some progress there. This should be no problem for me to finish. I do enjoy using this as a morning moisturizer. Yeah, that's all I can say, is I enjoy using it. Next, speaking of enjoying using, I brought in last month for 7 Deadly Pans the prompt Gluttony, and for that I brought in the Hemp's Warm Vanilla Spice Crumble Delicious Body Lotion, because this is gluttonous. This is just decadent. We started up there, and over the last month we've used that much, and I've used it twice. I don't know if that's accurate. I feel like it is. But yeah, this is a really rich, decadent, delicious body lotion. My goal is to finish that as well. Alright, the next prompt is, I don't know if I updated this last month, but we're going to do it this month because I didn't cross it off as being completed, so maybe I didn't update it. Wasn't updated last month. I don't remember. Anyway, the next prompt is Another One Bites the Dust, and that is a Queen themed project, Queen as in the band, and I randomly selected prompt 19, Bicycle Race. Bicycle. And for that you are to bring in something in circular packaging or product, so I brought in my Complex Culture is having a brain moment. Complex Culture Sun Bath Baked Bronzer in the shade Play. And this is what it looks like. At the time, it was a baked bronzer. It broke. I had it into a compact that was loose, and then the loose one was too hard to use. Anyway, looks like at the last update, I'm guessing I had 16 uses over the last month. I've used it more than 3 times, bringing my goal, which was 19 uses. So I met my goal on this. Long way of saying I met my goal. So that one is rolling out, and I will make sure I mark it off. I'll do that right now. Make sure I mark that off as being completed. Alright, the next prompt is for Beauty and the Beast. And for that, I selected Wood Chopper, a product that is on the chopping block. So for that, I brought in a nail polish. This is from e.l.f. It is from their Game Up collection they came up with a couple of years ago. It's just a mini polish. This is in cream white. And I don't know if you can see. There we go. We're about halfway. My goal is to use this 5 times and see if I need to keep it. I do add thinner to it and sometimes clear polish because for some reason or another this bottle is hard to keep clean. The neck of the bottle is hard to keep clean and the polish keeps thickening up. None of the other ones seem to have that problem, just this one. So yeah. At last update, I used it once, and over the last month, I've used it once. So I'm up to 2 out of 5 uses, and 3 more to go. I think I will be able to make those. I was working on trying to finish it at some point, and I still would like to finish it, but it's not something I wear every day. Then again, I don't wear any, well, I mean, you know what I mean. Alright, the next prompt is for Beauty A to Z, and I randomly selected the letter E. So for that, I brought in eyeshadow from my Corpse Bride Butterfly palette from from Revolution Beauty. And I brought in the shade Eternal Love, which I am wearing in the inner half of my lid today. It is this really pretty one right here. Sort of a minty teal, or a light aqua. And I swatched it there. There we go. My goal for that is to use it 10 times, and today was use number 10. At the last update I used it 6, and over the last month I've used it 4 more times than I marked. I may have used it more than that, but I met my goal on that, so that one is complete. Just making sure I mark that off. Alright, and then last month I brought in Birthstone Beauty. For that I chose June, which is Pearl or Moonstone. And I've lost my product. One moment. I didn't grab it because I have no progress. I brought in the shade from Sinful Colors called Let Me Go. It is a sheer pearly mother of pearl shade. And my goal is to use it 5 times. I haven't touched it yet. So yeah, no progress. That's why I didn't grab it. Alright. The next prompt is for Child of the 80s. And I selected 16 Candles, a product that makes your dreams or your wishes come true. I did not grab this one either. Okay, this one I didn't grab because I just didn't see it on my list. It's at the very top of the next page, so I just missed it when I was going over things. Anyway, I brought in the Good Molecules Hydrating Facial Cleansing Gel, this guy right here. And I did not shine a light on it to see where we are, but at the last update we were right there, and we're probably just below that. I don't think I've used it enough to make a new mark, and I don't have my phone handy, but if I did make any progress I will make mark on it after filming, but my goal is to finish that, and that should not be a problem. Okay, the next product is for ColourPan, and that is a project where you work on anything from ColourPop, Soul, Body, or Fourth Ray Beauty. And I brought in my one colored ColourPop product. This is their lippy stick in the shade Cami. It's a matte X. And it is separated from the base. I am trying to finish it. This is all that is left. I am using it as a cream blush. I am wearing it today underneath another blush. My goal is ambiguous. I settled on 25 uses or finish, whichever came first. At the last update, I had 11 uses, and over the last month, I've used it 9 times, bringing me to 20 uses. I think I'll probably leave it in the project to finish, but we'll see. I could give you a swatch of it, I guess. That's what it looks like, and then sheer it out as a blush. It's really pretty cool tone pink. So yeah, 20 uses on that. And yeah, it's gonna stay in for a while. Alright, the next prompt is for Disney Princess. And for that, I chose Moana, hello, because I have an eyeshadow in my BH Cosmetics Marvicorn palette called Moana, and my goal is to finish it. And I was working on it in my pan. Those eyeshadows is my focus palette, and I said in my last update for that I was going to depot the palette, and I did. So this is Moana, and that's what it's looking like. I will try and see if I have a picture of what it looked like last month. But we're making progress. There's not a whole lot left. I'm thinking of repressing it so that it's more in the middle, because it is a little bit difficult to pick up with a brush now. So yeah, that's something to look forward to next month. At the last update, I used it 6 times, and over the last month, I wore it 4 more. I do have it on my lip today. It is on the outer half of my lid, bringing me to 10 total uses. Alright, the next prompt is for Happy Hour, and that I randomly selected Mimosa, which is a product you use in the morning, or a morning product. I don't know. Anyway, I brought in my Tom's of Maine deodorant. This is their wild lavender scent. And I did measure it at the last update, and it rolled all the way up. It came just to the very top of the lid. And I did not roll it up, but I will mark it. I'm not going to do it right now. It takes forever to roll up. But I will mark it and see if we've made any progress. I do use it every time I'm home, but when I'm away from home traveling, I do have a travel deodorant. So this one is quite large, as you might see. It is 3.25 ounces or 92 grams. So yeah, I'm not keeping track of daily usage. I use it when I use it. So yeah. Sometimes I use it twice a day. Sometimes I wear it before I go to bed. Anyhow, moving on, I have It's Panning Cats and Dogs, and for that I brought in the prompt Corgi, which is a butt wiggles, which is a gel-like or gel product, and I brought in the Alba Botanicals Very Emollient Shave Cream Gel. It's a gel-ish cream. It's weird consistency. Anyway, my goal is to use this 15 times. At the last update, I used it 5, and over the last month, I've used it once. Winter is not a time I shave very often. And we were here last time I was able to make any progress. Like I said before, I don't have a light to shine through there, but I doubt I've made much progress with just one use, so we'll see. So that's 6 uses. I have 9 more uses to go. The next prompt is for lip service, and that I have the e.l.f. lip oil, the Glow Reviver lip oil in crystal clear. My goal is to finish it, and I did. It is completely empty. I took the stopper out and everything, laid it on its side, scraped it, used every last drop. I really did enjoy this. I even used it over some lipsticks. It's got a little bit of pink. I did enjoy this, and I would probably pick up some more, not just clear, but also in colors. So I really did enjoy this, and this is another goal met. Mark that off. Alright, next is for the Nightmare Before Christmas, and that is a prompt where you pick something that is Halloween or Christmas themed. I brought in another shade from my Barbie Corpse Bride, because Corpse Bride is kind of Halloween themed, and I brought in the shade Grave, which is this pink right here. My goal for this one also is to use 10 times. And there it is right there. It is just a pretty light pink. And last update I used it 6 times over the last month. I've only used it twice, bringing me to 8 total uses. I have 2 more uses left to go on that shade. Then for Nightmare on Panning Street, I got the Grudge, and that is an item you wish you had not bought. And for that I brought in the Pacifica Dream Lit Glow Under Eye Brightener, because this doesn't do anything. My goal is to finish it. I'm thinking I might declutter this soon, because it is starting to have a smell, but it doesn't smell terribly off. I will swatch it in my hand. It doesn't have makeup all over it. There it is there, and it's just actually just kind of a clear cream that you just kind of, there's no really color to it, and it's just sort of hydrating, maybe a little slightly illuminating. Yeah, it doesn't do much of anything, in my opinion, which, yeah. I thought it would be like a colored product, like a concealer, you know, like a peach under eye brightener, but no, it's not a color corrector. It's just like a glorified under eye moisturizer. Yeah, I'm using it. I'm not tracking uses, but I'm using it. Like I said, it is starting to smell. So I might declutter that soon. Alright. Moving on. For that 70s pan, I randomly selected Popular Pottery, and that is something that breaks easily. For that, I brought in my Bite Prismatic Multi-Stick in Peacock Pearl. There's a lot of shades in there. I've been using this as my cream contour, and that is how much is left. Not a whole lot. You can see it's kind of separated from the base. I do use this every time I do my makeup, and my goal is to finish it, and it's going to be done soon. I did mangle the packaging while trying to clean it because it has that rubberized coating, which I was using rubbing alcohol to like get to be not sticky, and then it ended up just starting to come off the packaging, so I just ended up rubbing it off because it was bothering me. But I couldn't get it all off, so it's not sticky anymore. Anyway, so that one I'm using to finish, and I am keeping track of uses. At the last update I had 25 uses, and over the last month I've used it 9 times, bringing me to 34 uses. That's a lot of uses. I don't use a whole lot each time, so that's why. Alright, the next one is for That's Expensive, and this product's way over here because it is big. I brought in the White Barn Mahogany Teakwood Intense Bath & Body Works candle because it is expensive. This guy is $26.95 is the retail price for a candle. $26 for a candle. That's just too much. I think $5 for anything is a good price. So my goal is to burn this 10 times, and that is what it's looking like so far. At last update, I burned it 3 times, and since then I've only burned it once. I also haven't been home very often, so I can't burn it when I'm not home, and I'm not taking this with me traveling. So 4 out of 10 uses. We're getting there slowly but surely. My camera does not want to focus on me today. Alright, and then the last prompt I am currently working on is for turn and burn. And for that I brought in 3 sample products, 2 foil packets, and 1 little, this guy. This is from Origins. It is a deluxe sample of their Out of Trouble 10-minute mask to rescue problem skin. I don't think I leave it on for 10 minutes, but I mean, you know, it was a clay mask. It was minty. It was nice. It's gone. I finished it. So that one I finished, and I decided, since I only had 3 things, I only have 2 sample foil packets, I decided to bring in one of the other Origins that I had in another project. Didn't get to finish. So I brought it into this one, and it is the Ginseng Glow Boosting Mask. It's not really a clay mask. It's more of a moisturizer. Maybe it's like an exfoliating moisturizer. I'm not sure what it does, but it does say to cleanse your face and then apply it before the rest of your skincare. You just rub it in. There are some gritty particles, but they're so sparse that it doesn't bother me. And it's just a moisturizing type product. Yeah. So I've been using this. And I have my 2 foil samples that I haven't touched yet. Okay, that was long. Now, let's bring in the last 6 products. So going back up to the top of the list, the first prompt I'm bringing in is for 50 Shades of Green. For that, I decided to bring in an eyeshadow. I don't bring very many eyeshadows. Well, I have brought a few into this project. I take that back. Anyway, I decided to bring in my Heartbreakers palette from I Heart Revolution. I'm covering it up because I do have a shade in here in my pan those eyeshadows, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I randomly selected shade number 6 to work on in this project, so that is this one right here. It is a nice mid-tone green satin. It's not, you know, it's not the lightest, it's not the darkest, it's just nice. It's a nice color. That's what it looks like on my finger. And my goal is to use it 10 times. So that, yep, that is 10 times. Alright, the next one is for Ancient Mythos. Yeah, Ancient Mythos. I selected Gaia, and that is something from a clean beauty brand or a nature-themed product. I am bringing in this product. This is a Tranquility Aromatherapy Oil from Sensoria Natural Body Care. So it is a natural, clean, it's a body. It's an aromatherapy oil. I had this in another project and was not able to meet that goal, so I decided to bring it in to this project, and my goal is to finish it. And I marked it in black, but you can see we're right there. This is something you can add to a bath, which would use up quite a bit of it. Or you can put it in an aromatherapy diffuser, which I don't have one, so baths it is, but I don't have access to baths very often, so we're going to work on that. Alright, the next one is for Budget Beauty, and for that I'm bringing in another lip product to replace my e.l.f. lip oil. This is from Wet n Wild. It is the So Pouty Lip Gloss Balm. I've already started using it. This one is called, oh, what is it called? Sweetest Pick. It is the strawberry scented, and that is what it looks like. So to the plastic, that is how much we have left, or I have left. My goal is going to be to finish this. This is currently my everyday lip balm. When it started, it was up just above the top of the product, so I've already started using it. I'm going to finish it. It's not a big deal. It's Wet n Wild. Okay, the one I had trouble finding the prompt list for. I heard the 90s. And I settled on the prompt Got Milk. And that is a white prompt product or packaging. And for that, I'm bringing in the Pacifica Dream Moon Hair and Body Mist. I think I've had this in for this product prompt in the past. That's the last mark I had on it, but I have been using it since then. This is a nice scent. It is patchouli, sandalwood, and pink rose. It is very light scent, so I can spray this and forget I'm wearing anything. But it does have a subtle scent. I've been wearing this, spraying it in the morning as a scent or before bed as well. My goal is going to be to finish this, and it is in a white bottle, hence the packaging. Alright, almost done. The next prompt is for same pan last year, and that is a project based on all the holidays of the year, American holidays. So I brought in the 4th of July, and that is an indie product. For that I am bringing in an indie nail polish from Fang Chromatic Nails. This is just a mini bottle. It is 0.16 fluid ounces. This is the shade Ripper. This is something I picked up at a convention a couple years ago, and I have not got it on my nails yet. I picked up two mini bottles from them. This one is Ripper, and the other one I think is Gnome King, which I have worn. It is really pretty red. This one is, I think, a blue teal. Anyway, I'm bringing this in for 2 uses because I have not used it, and it is a mini, but it is from a very independent brand. And like I said, I only bought minis because, or I was trying to say, I only bought minis because I hadn't tried the brand before and I didn't know if I liked their formula. So that is that. And finally, last but not least, for Zodiac Panner, I decided to bring in Capricorn because that's my birth sign. I am a Capricorn. And for Capricorn, this is a project about all the zodiac signs. In Capricorn, you're to work on something dark green, gray, black, or brown. I decided to go with brown, and I'm bringing in my NYX lip pencil in the shade Espresso. It is just a brown lip liner right there. I am wearing it today underneath my lipstick, but it's probably worn off because my lipstick is wearing off. Yeah, and my goal for that is to use it 10 times. Finally, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you would do that. It means a lot to me, and you could join this little family and keep up to date on all the other projects that are coming in the new year, because the new year is coming. Plus, all my product inventories will be coming up in January. And yeah, without further ado, don't forget to take care of yourselves. Stay true to you, and I love you no matter who or what you are. And you'll see me in my next one. Bye!